We get taught to limit ourselves. We get taught that failing is bad. You answer something in school incorrectly and you feel like a dipshit, so you don't want to answer anymore. You don't want to volunteer. You don't want to take action, because if you take action, you might get laughed at. You might look stupid. I don't care if I look stupid. If I look stupid, cool. I'm gonna be a stupid rich mother. Because guys, the reason why we're so worried about what other people think is because we don't like what we think, or we don't think at all. Put on your battle gear and become the best mother in the business. I tell you this, I don't ever prepare a speech, and the reason for it is because it depends on the time of day. If you got a big old speech rehearsed and then you come out and it's like the wrong audience, the wrong time, something happens in the headlines, now you got to change it. So I don't really have a speech. I just think backstage, what do I think people need to hear? And or what have I learned that I think I need to share so people can get the most from it? So when they leave here, they actually have an opportunity to grow and develop. So it always boils down to what I call the truth, folks. Some of you don't like it. That's because you're pussies. But the truth is the truth. Love is not lies. And I love you guys. So you got to understand, if I say, hey, you're fat, well, fuck, so was I. Who gives a shit? You got to wake up. We got to wake up, people. Everybody wants to thank you. Everybody wants to start freaking doing more, getting better, getting richer, getting cooler. But they're not willing to do the work. I wasn't. I was guilty of it. You guys see me I don't know if you have pictures of the last freaking one, but the last one, I think it was a boot camp. I'm not sure where I was this last driven thing. I saw Mo there, and he was looking all fucking, he wasn't looking jacked at all. That's what did it. I seen him. He looked all right. And then like a month later, he's looking all swole. And I'm like, dude, if that guy can fucking do it, I can do it. Turns out he hired this dude named Justin Tidd. He's around here somewhere. So if anybody wants to get swole, old Justin's back there. He don't do it for you, though. Okay? He just sends you what to eat and what to do. You got to do the work. Wish someone would have told me that. Because he's like, hey, you're starting to cut up. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm working out 2 times a damn day. No wonder. But listen, at some point in time, I had to stop bullshitting myself. I had to wake up. I had to really search, because I built a life of comfort. And I designed my life to be comfortable. I don't like hard work. I don't know how many of these you've been to, but I tell stories each and every time, and I think now I'm out of stories. Fuck, this is driven 6. You heard them all. But I don't like hard work. People will tell you to work hard. I won't. I'll tell you to work smart. Okay, I'll tell you to get other people to work so you don't have to, because that's the truth. And again, some people might not like the truth, and I apologize in advance, but love is not lies. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. The biggest lie I think I've ever been told, and I think we've ever been sold, is that it's not that simple. Because it is. It is that simple. I think it was 1991, July 7th. I'm driving down to Vegas to hang out with my buddy. 4th of July, I'm in Seattle. We take acid. I'm tripping. I call my friend. He's in Las Vegas. He says, dude, there are palm trees, so many chicks here. But I was on acid, so it sounded like he said, and I didn't really hear what he said, but I knew I wanted to go. So I walked into my job at the time, and I said, hey, I want to go to Vegas for the weekend, and I'll be back. And my boss said, you can't take the weekend off. Are you crazy? And I said, what's my name? He said, what? I said, what's my name? He said, Brad. I said, well, it ain't Chuck, which means I don't give a fuck. So I quit, got my last paycheck, and drove my ass on July 7th down to Las Vegas for what I assumed was going to be a little visit, a little 3-4 day visit to my buddy's house. So I go down there, and I show up, and the first day, we go out to a place called the Gold Coast. Anybody been there? Yeah, the Gold Coast, 99-cent drinks. I had about 100 of those. But I went down there, and in the first day, I spent all my money. I had zero money to get home. And I'm like, holy shit, what do I do? Now, again, this was back before I started really understanding the fact that shit ain't difficult. It's common sense. When God was passing out common sense, that dude poured the whole bucket on me. And I'm thankful for it. And by the way, some of you guys just need to calm down. After Rob's tongue lashing, I wanted to come out and hug you guys. And, I can see you guys still all tensed up and shit. Relax. I'm not going to yell at you. So, I'm out of money. And I'm hungover. And I got no way home. And I lived in Oregon. And I had child support, and I had bills, and I had all this shit. No, I was actually I would have went back to Seattle. That's where I was living when I came to Vegas. So anyway, I thought, okay, well, I'll get a job waiting tables. Common sense, right? You don't have any money. What do? You get a fucking job. That's what I mean. It's like we want to make everything difficult. It's that simple. You get a job. So I got a job. So it was working at this restaurant called Fratelli's, which means brothers in Italian. Now, for some reason, I think desserts are more profitable than anything else at a restaurant because they kept pushing us to sell desserts. And so I, of course, outsold everybody. Desserts. I increased their styrofoam production by 700%. Because so many people took them to go. People couldn't figure out how in the hell are you, do I have not a timer? Am I free to do whatever I please for as long as I please? So I'm telling you, it's common sense to me, but I outsold everybody so badly they were crying. Some of them quit, some of them got pissed. Everybody was really upset because I wouldn't tell anybody what I was doing. Well, that's because I wanted to kick everybody's ass. If I told everybody else what I was doing, well, then they would perhaps kick mine. Well, common sense is you don't want your ass kicked, right? You want to do the ass kicking. So I kept it quiet. So you'd see waiters, going like this around the corner trying to listen to what I'm saying at the table. And then I'd walk back to the kitchen, and they'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? All night long, they're trying to hear what I had to say. They could never figure it out. Well, I had made enough tip money to technically go home. And by the way, I went there for a 3-day vacation, got a job so I could get home, and I haven't ever left there, just so you know. Yeah, I've been there since 1991, July 7th, 1991, never left there. But I thought I needed to go home, so I started waiting tables, boom, 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 started outselling everybody at desserts. But I got enough money, and I'm like, okay, I'm done here. I'm going to go. The manager came up to me, and he says, Brad, if you go, we're not going to sell the desserts we sell. You're going to cost me money. He goes, do you mind telling me now what you were doing? And I said, certainly. He said, how in the hell did you sell so many desserts? And I said, I asked them when they were hungry. If you think about last time every time you go to dinner, wait till the waiter walks up and says, make room for dessert, leave room for dessert. Duh. Did you leave any room for dessert? And what do you say half the time? Fuck no. I'm too full. You brought too much bread. So you're not having any dessert. That happened to me once. I walked up, I'm like, hey, man, we got the best dessert. And they said, and I was getting bonus, and I'm trying to get money to get home. So I need money. And I walk up, I say, hey, can I get you guys some dessert? And they said, oh, fuck no, we're packed. Woo, great meal. And I thought, shit. What the hell? They're full. Now again, I know I am a rocket scientist. I graduated magna cum laude But let me just tell you, all I did the first time when I said they're full, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to start asking people when they're hungry. It's that simple. And guess what? I started selling the shit out of desserts. People walk up and say, what are you having for dinner? They go, bup, 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 bup. And I'm like, listen, these desserts, they're unbelievable, and they're only making a few. What do you want for dessert? And they started ordering desserts, and now when I walked up, they're like, oh, can you take those to go, please? Woo! Meanwhile, everybody else was trying to hear what I was saying. I had already taken the order. That's why they could never figure out what I said. But that goes to show you that it is that simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. The problem is we've been taught that it does. It can't be that easy. Who's heard this before? Can't be that easy. Dude, life's hard. Who's heard life's hard? Half the room. Life's hard. Life isn't hard. Okay? You're automatically built to survive. It's hard to fucking kill you, actually, unless you're using weapons and shit. COVID didn't do it. Biden ain't done it yet. Of course, give it a chance. But bottom line is we are born to survive. Our instincts, our natural instincts tell us everything if we're listening, but we're taught not to listen to our instincts. We're taught that it has to be more difficult than that. It's like amazing to me because all I do is walk around and everyone thinks I'm a genius. It's freaking weird. Like I started Lightspeed VT, right? Now, why did I start Lightspeed VT? There was a dude in the back of this dealership. I helped him out. Turned out making money does not harm you like we've been told, and it doesn't make you a dick, and that was bullshit. It made this family 10 times better. This family was freaking no money. I showed them how to make money. All of a sudden, I saw his family blossom. I saw his wife happier. I saw his kids walk in with more pep in their step. I saw him smiling. I thought, I want to do this for a living, so I quit my job. I went out and I started a training company. As soon as I started a training company, I realized, dude, this isn't really working like I thought it was. I'm not able to produce people fast enough. This is not working. So I thought I got to figure out something else. So I figured out something else, Lightspeed VT, put my training in it, went out, started knocking on doors, bing, 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 bing. And now I got to, a bunch of people that says, oh, we use this person, we use that person, Grant Cardone, Joe Verdi, Brian Tracy, Tom Hopkins, Zig Ziglar, Tom Stuker, all these big names in the auto industry. We're out there already, okay? And then, so I'm knocking on a dealer's door going, hey, I got the best training in the world. And they said, no, you don't. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, well, who does? And they said, well, Grant Cardone. And I said, bullshit. Because he don't. Andy Elliott does, by the way. Yeah, but Grant had a much bigger name. Joe Verdi had a much bigger name. All these people had a much bigger name. So what did I do? I went and closed all those big motherfuckers. Like, again, isn't that common sense? Hey, they don't want you. They want him. Oh, well, let me go get him. Hey, I knock on the door again. Hey, you said you liked Grant. Here the motherfucker is. And they started buying. And then Grant, I thought he was playing dumb to get a better deal, but he just was. So I had to coach his ass to get him going. I apologize for Grant Cardone, personally. I made him. He's like a bad impression of me. When I met him, he was all conservative. But anyway, listen, and I love Grant. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, Grant. We love you, brother. So the bottom line is it was just common sense. If you don't want me, who is it you want? I want that guy. Okay, let me go get you that guy. And then I'd knock on another door. We like this guy. Oh, let me go get this guy. And pretty soon I had all these trainers on my platform giving me a sliver to deliver, a piece for my niece, a fraction of the action, a tad, because I'm Brad. And they started paying me and paying me and paying me. And I thought, holy shit. Like, I'm making all this money all of a sudden and I'm not even doing anything. I like this a lot. I ain't doing nothing. You know, I'm calling Grant. Grant's out there all over social media, I'm like, bro, you're going to screw up your brand. You can't advertise that much. You're in everybody's face, bro. I'm going to have to unfollow you. He said, go ahead. You ain't buying nothing. Turns out he was right, dude. Social media. If you don't have a personal brand, you better build one. I don't know if you heard Neil yet, but, you know, taught that man everything he knows. No, I'm just joking. But you need a personal brand. Everyone in the room can have a personal brand. You're just too much afraid of what other people might think about what you post. So you just don't post. Well, what are they going to think about me? Why would they need to listen to me? And that's why we need to wake up. That's why I want a shirt that says STFU. Like, just shut the fuck up. Dude, listen, if you don't like you, how is everyone else supposed to like you? You have to like you. You want to raise your net worth? Raise your fucking self-worth. But again, I was touted a genius. Wow, how'd you do it? I'm like, well, I knocked on the door and they didn't want me, they wanted him, so I went and got him. Fucking genius. And then what? You know, and then they started selling all these companies, then the companies wanted more shit than just what they had. So they'd call me and they'd say, hey, we got Grant Cardone, but we need something for this, and the other thing. You got anybody else? And I'm like, well, as a matter of fact, I do. I got a whole slew of them. All the big names, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, Tom Hopkins, John Maxwell, Tony Robbins. I got them all. And the reason I got them all is because it's not that difficult to think, if everybody wants these people, go get these people. Now someone goes, oh my God, how'd you get those people, dude? Dude, how did you get them? I said, I'll tell you. I knocked on their door, and then they opened it. And then I said, hello, my name's Brad Lee. That's the bottom line. If you guys want more money, shake more hands. It's that simple. Money is everywhere. Opportunities are everywhere. They're everywhere. There's more money in this audience than you can shake a stick at, but 99% of you are going to walk out of here with no fucking money. From the room, I mean. You might have money, but it's yours, and that's not the key. The key is to get everybody else's. But everybody's got a limited mindset, scarcity mindset. Well, I don't want to interrupt. Well, that person doesn't look like he can buy my shit. Well, you know, you're making assumptions. Walk up, introduce yourself. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. Period. Everybody wants more money, yeah? Then you need to meet more people. Everybody wants to be in shape? Don't you? I ain't never heard nobody that's fat go, yeah, I want to be kind of like this. I kind of want those titties that just go, huh? I like butter titties. And again, if you're sitting in the crowd, I can't see, and you got the butter titties, don't get pissed. Get fucking moving. But again, that's just the truth. So like, if you want to be in shape, who wants to be in shape? Okay, watch. Rocket science shit, ready? Eat right and work out. Fucking genius. It's crazy. You know those pieces of equipment you buy? You gotta get on them. I bought a fucking Peloton bike, didn't work for 3 years. Then I bought the treadmill. Fucking still didn't work for 2 years. I'm like, fuck, what piece of equipment do I need to buy so I can get in shape? You want a better marriage? Stop being a fucking dick. Start appreciating your wife like it's the first day you met her. Start appreciating your wife, guess what happens? She appreciates. But again, is it rocket science? Is it hard to think about? Like, geez, how do I get a better marriage? How do I get a marriage like theirs? How do I get a marriage like theirs? Quit being a fucking pussy. Quit fucking talking like a little fucking bitch. Be a fucking man. Go out and earn some fucking money. Let her spend it. If she can outspend what you're making, you need to make more. Now, some people, I don't agree with that, Brad. Well, let's fucking check bank accounts, bitch. Because everybody I know with money, they don't fucking give limitations. Like in my company, Rob will turn over in his grave. Where's Rob? He's like educated and all that shit, and I'm the opposite, okay? I'm dumb. Okay, and when someone came up to me and they're like, are you gonna do budgets for your company? I go, what's a fucking budget? They're like, where you decide what you're gonna spend for the year. And I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do that? That's called guessing. They're like, well, you gotta do it, And I'm like, why do I have to do it? It doesn't seem like I have to do it. Is that required? Is that a state law where you gotta fucking limit yourself? Like fucking, this month we're gonna spend $100,000. Hey, you're over budget. Well, fuck, why? You're the one that set the budget. You got more money in the bank, you're ready to go. And I'm not even joking, that's why Rob won't invest in my companies. Because he knows that's how I am, and that's how it's worked for me. Do you know why it's worked for me? Because my name ain't Chuck. I know more money's coming. I have an abundance mindset. I am not limited. I've got the ability to sell, close, influence, and persuade, which means I am never broke. You guys are in the real estate game. A lot of you. I keep hearing, it's tough now. Then get the fuck out of it. Albert just shit his pants, didn't he? But again, hey, listen, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, if the fucking market's crashing, get the fuck out. It's not rocket science. Or put on your battle gear and become the best motherfucker in the business. Get pissed off, take action, knock on doors, introduce yourself. I heard Josh Altman, okay? All he said was fucking don't be afraid. Pussy. He just didn't say it like that. The superstar next to him, he wasn't afraid to fucking tap him on the shoulder. He wasn't afraid to approach somebody. Nobody told him he should be withdrawn and polite and freaking, And keep in mind, when we're born, we're not like that. When we're born, we're running around naked. We got our shit flopping. We don't care who's in the room. We're running out there. We pretend we have capes on. We're flying. We don't care that we don't really have a cape on because we're pretending we have capes on. And then some asshole adult tells us, hey, stupid, don't do that. And then we're like, we're not supposed to pretend. We're not supposed to do that. We get taught to limit ourselves. We get taught that failing is bad. You answer something in school incorrectly and you feel like a dipshit, so you don't want to answer anymore. You don't want to volunteer. You don't want to take action, because if you take action, you might get fucking laughed at. You might look stupid. Nobody wants to look stupid, do you? I'm going to get a shirt that says, my name's Chuck. Okay, I don't care if I look stupid. If I look stupid, cool. I'm gonna be a stupid rich motherfucker. Because guys, the reason why we're so worried about what other people think is because we don't like what we think, or we don't think at all.
Hey, you want to spend an hour a week with me helping you become a business badass? Well, check out my group in the link below.
So how do you fix that? Anybody? You read. Genius. You fucking read. You read a book. You join a group. You get coached. It's not rocket science. It's easy. It's simple. Quit believing this hype that it's so difficult. We're in a recession. We ain't in a fucking recession. Whoever says that is fucking bullshitting you to the teeth. We're not in a recession. Go look at the Louis Vuitton stores. Packed! Okay, tried to buy a car. I buy some cars in Nashville because I got a Nashville house for some stupid reason, but boom, get a little Nashville house. Now I got to buy cars there. I didn't even fucking factor that in, or furniture, or everything, because my wife wants to go down there and pretend we're Southern and exchange peach pies. I'm at the dealership. There's no cars. You can't buy them. They're gone. Everybody's got everything. Look at y'all sitting there all fat and happy, rich, buying these driven tickets. These ain't cheap. Okay, we're not in a recession, but you ask somebody, are we in a recession? Yeah, we're in a recession. Guys, the media is full of shit. Let's say it all together now. Media is full of shit. Okay, listen, the media wants you motherfucking broke. The media wants you fat. The media wants you unhealthy. And when I say the media, that's the powers that be, people. The people making the boner pills. They want your dick not to work. I'm serious. Fucking truth's the truth. Huh? Love ain't lies. It's the truth. And when it boils down to it, the truth is you guys need to wake the fuck up. Number one, you are good enough. You are good enough, and even if you're not good enough, who gives a fuck? Find someone who is good enough and say, how the fuck are you doing it? It's that simple. It's not rocket science, people. I swear to you. Quit believing the nonsense. Quit believing the hype. Start realizing that it is very simple. You can have everything you want in life, and it's simple. Now, does it mean that there's no work? I didn't say that. Simple doesn't mean no work. Simple doesn't mean comfortable. It's gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna have to fucking go out and get blisters on your fucking knuckles. Okay? I got realtors in Vegas that know me. They're like, Brand, what would you do to fill more houses? I'm like, I don't know, fucking knock on doors and see if people want to sell their houses. He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you shitting me, dude? You don't like just knock on doors and see if someone wants to sell their house? They're like, no. See, does anybody in here do that? See, you're all realtors. You don't just knock on a fucking door. See what I'm saying? Guys, have you ever sold one doing it? Yes. Oh shit, look at that, genius. There's a genius right there. Now some people can say, well dude, that's a waste of time, I tried that. No, that means you gave up like a little bitch. Okay, 10,000 door knocks is better than any course you'll ever fucking take. Go out there and do the work. Quit being afraid. Use your brain. It's common sense. It's not rocket science. You do deserve it. Now, some people subconsciously don't think they deserve it. That's what I mean by raise your self-worth. If you subconsciously don't think you deserve it, it's going to be very hard to achieve. You're never going to outperform your own self-image. So you have to create a better image of yourself. Now, how do you do that? I know I'm a genius. None of y'all know? Let me tell you. You go look in the mirror and find something to love. Everyone has something to love. You were convinced that you didn't. Some people say, well, this motherfucker's ugly, hard to love. Listen, then work on the inside. If you're ugly, fuck, can't help you. Work on the inside, okay? There's beautiful motherfuckers on the inside, right? Because you know what some people do? Well, I'm fucking, Quasimodo. This is not going to work for me. Motherfucker, become a beautiful human being, and I'll bet you anything, it will come out. But most people, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want to listen to the bullshit. They want to stay asleep. It's easier that way. Everybody's looking for answers. They're right in front of your face. They're called people. Guys, you want to make more money? Create more relationships. You want a better marriage? Quit being a dick. Start appreciating your spouse. Okay, you want to get in shape? Eat right and work the fuck out. Like I thought it was rocket science, but it isn't. Ask Mo if that motherfucker can do it. Anyone can do it. So literally, if we just take that across the platform and we realize, hey, I've been lied to. Brad Lee came out here and woke me up. He said, shit's easy. Life is easy. Shit's simple. Okay? It's not rocket science. You can give me any problem or solution and I'll bet you already have the answer. You're just not believing that it can be that easy. It can be that simple. Folks, it is that simple. Life boils down to three things. Okay? Health, relationships, and money. That's it. Health. If you don't have that, dude, you'll give up all your money. Trust me. Health should be the number one priority. Second is relationships over money. Why? Because if you value money over relationships, soon you're going to have none. Money comes from relationships. You let the relationship die, the money dies with it. Don't focus on the money. Focus on the relationship. The relationship is when you are in your deathbed and you ask an old person, what do you miss? They're not going to say it's Ferrari. Albert might, but that's it. Everybody else is going to miss relationships. They're going to miss their fucking loved ones. They're going to want more time with their loved ones. They're not going to worry about money. But the third one is money because you're alive right now, ain't you? Okay, and money will help you. Don't listen to the bullshit. Money is a big, big difference maker in a lot of things. You can have better relationships. Ask my wife. Money fucking makes our relationship really good. Oh, she likes you for your money? Nope. But that's a fucking factor. Okay? Yours doesn't like you because of money. What's the difference? Health, relationships, money, health, eat right, work out, wake up in the morning, go do something. Then shut the fuck up. I started 3 companies. They're called Real something or another. Real Financial, Real Solar, Real Merchant Services. And I'll start Real a T if you want. At the end of the day, why did I start those companies? Because I have so many people saying, Brad, how do you make money? How do you make money? How do you make money? Guys, you sell something. You sell something. That's how you make money. Well, how? You introduce yourself to people and you find out what they need and what they think and what their pain points are and what their problems are, and then you fucking solve them. And then there's money exchanged. If you can do that a lot, you're going to make a lot. So you either solve a whole lot of problems or you solve a big problem. And you'll make money. It's that easy. It's that simple. Nobody sees any problems in the world. You don't see any way you could help people. Nobody? Got to be a genius to figure that shit out. Folks, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out the simplest people can do the biggest amount of work because they're not overthinking and overcomplicating and listening to the bullshit and listening to the crowds, and they have an opinion for themselves. That's what you guys should focus on over the next 30, 60, 90 days. Go figure out who you are and why you are worth more. Go look in the mirror and figure out something that you can love. Because when you raise your self-image, then your money will follow it. Your success rate will follow your own self-image. If you can't break through a ceiling, that's why. It's because subconsciously, deep down, you don't think you deserve anymore. You don't personally think you deserve better. And that's total bullshit. I'm here to tell you. Everybody in this room right now should be the example. The example to your kids. You know, the example to each other. Go ahead. Because I can promise you guys at the end of your lives, you're gonna think back, you're gonna look back, and you're gonna go, I'm a dumb motherfucker. I wasted all those years trying to figure out the simplest of shit. I was worried about this. I was worried about that. You were worried whether or not somebody liked you. Like, you guys see those old people that walk around with their pants up to here? Their hair coming out of their ears? I'm almost one of them. You know why they do that? Because they don't give a fuck. The pants are easy to put on, huh? Motherfuckers reach for the wallet like this. Some of them get shit stains on their collar. They're walking around all hunched over. Hey, they don't care anymore. Do you know why they don't care anymore? Because they finally got old enough to realize what other people think of you means nothing. It's what you think about you that matters. It's not what I think about you, it's what you think about you. And if you're not where you want to be, it's because you don't think enough of yourself to be there. If you want to fix it, it's not rocket science. I guarantee you ask internally your own questions and you'll find your own answers. And if you can't, hit me in the DM. I answer all my DMs. Sometimes it takes forever, but I answer them. And I'll give you advice. Like, follow me on social media, dude. I get people saying I changed their life all day long. Like the other day, I said, everyone thinks this is funny. I don't know why, but I said, I don't understand why you got to wash your hands after you pee. Like, are you peeing on your hands? Because if you're not peeing on your hands, you don't have to wash them because you touched your dick. Otherwise, you should wash your dick. I mean, to pee on your hands, you'd have to get it down pretty far, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Some of you might be pissing on your balls, I don't know. But I can tell you this, if you want to walk around and be blind and listen to the media and listen to your friends and act like you don't want to do this because this person might think this and this person might think that, then you're just going to wait until you're older. And then someday when you're older and you don't have the same amount of time and you don't have the same amount of energy, then you're going to realize what I fucking said today is the truth. But you're going to be an old dude walking around like this, or an old crusty woman. And you're going to go, I wish I'd have listened back in 1927 when Brad Lee told me I could be more. Because you can. And I hope you guys understand that, my friends, is the truth. Love is not lies. Don't lie to your fucking friends. Support your friends. Don't ask for discounts. Cheap ass, isn't that your friend? Fucking friends calling me, hey, can you discount? Fuck you and your discount. I thought you liked me. I don't want a discount. I'll pay you more if you're my friend. Shit's easy if you allow yourself to believe that. And fortunately, I wake up every morning with an extreme amount of gratitude. Why? Because I woke up. because I realize that I'm capable of handling anything. So if God wakes me up, I got the rest fucking covered. Where's that camera dude? I want to get some epic shit like this. So folks, listen to me. I don't have a timer, so I'm about to be wrapped up, FYI. But I can tell you guys one thing, okay? There are so many people in the world that literally walk around, and what's crazy is they'll come to an event like this and they'll take notes like they're learning something, but they're not learning anything. They're just writing it all down, okay? To learn something.
10 minutes.
What?
You got 10 minutes?
Well, I'm almost done, motherfucker. Sounds like you're about to have 10 minutes. Listen, you guys are taking notes and you're like, oh, I like that, I like that. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, yeah, that was great. You're joining these fucking clubs or whatever they got. You're buying courses. You're doing all the shit, right? You're thinking, yeah, that's how you get rich. That's not how you get rich, folks. Okay? You have to do something with the information. You have to take a step. You have to risk looking like a dipshit. You have to risk failure. You have to risk going broke. Why is that so scary? I don't know. There's no shortage of money. Money's everywhere. Money is everywhere. If you guys literally took what I said, you'd walk around to every person in this room and you would be the most annoying son of a bitch here. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? What do you do? I mean, if I were you guys, matter of fact, Driven won, by the way, which I told Albert to start. Didn't I, Albert? Albert came up, he said, hey, bro. I said, yeah. He said, can you get Grant to let me on the stage? And I said, I can't control Grant. He goes, how do I get on the stage? I said, I don't think you can. He said, even if I pay him? I said, well, that'd be the closest way to it. I said, but why don't you just start your own, dude? You're a badass, and you're Latino. I said, dude, there isn't a Latino that I know of that's out there rallying up everybody, Latino or otherwise, but especially Latino, because you guys stick together like motherfucking rice. I'm serious. Like, dude, you guys know that my grandmother's Spanish. That's the reason I didn't get fostered out, because my dad gave us up for adoption. My mom and dad got divorced. We went to the adoption center or the foster home or whatever it's called. And my grandmother, Celestina Jaramillo, said, get your ass over there and get your kids. So my dad came on, okay, come on. And the whole time, like, you know, he drank, he'd go to the mill, he'd work his ass off, he'd bust his ass for a little spurt there. He was a little entrepreneurial. And he built a pizza parlor and a newspaper, and we built this big old house on the hill, and we started being rich. And then someone got in a crash at one of the bars we owned, and my uncle had decided to cancel the insurance to save a little money, and they were uninsured, and someone crashed on a motorcycle, and it wiped him out, and he fucking went right back down and fucking went to, like, Brokeville. So I saw him start to get, like, out of the slump, and then one bitch slap caused him to fucking slump back down and go, Guys, it's not rocket science. You know you can't give up, right? Like, you know this? I should write this down. I should start doing fucking these things. That's right, there we go. There's my PowerPoint slides. Everybody always wants to know, where's your PowerPoints? Where's your PowerPoints? There's my fucking PowerPoints. I wasn't pressing them because I only got 50. Guys, I'm telling you right now, everything that you want in your life is a simple decision away. It's a decision, an action, and a relationship. Does anybody not know how to meet people? Anybody? You're good on that? Okay, good, because that's how hard it is. You want more money? Meet more people. If you knew twice as many people as you know right now, you'd have twice as much as you have right now. That's a fact. The reason you have what you have are the relationships. Someone asked me the other day, what's the difference between broke people and poor people? Because there ain't a bunch of differences, guys. There's broke fucking dipshits and there's rich dipshits. Okay? It's not like there's this big difference. But the difference between broke people and poor people are relationships. Because if you got the right relationships, folks, you cannot be broke. Go ahead. You're a relationship away. You're a choice. Life is about choices. You make better choices, you'll have a better life. It's that simple. Okay? Every day, first of all, you got to figure out where it is you're going. You want to go here? Make a decision. I'm decided. I want to go here. Okay, then every day you ask yourself, does this move me towards or away from that? It's that simple. You want to get in shape? Go look at the food you're about to eat. What are you about to drink? Where are you about to go? Who are you listening to? What's going on? Every one of those are decisions. You just make better decisions. That's how simple it is. I don't know, is someone open up a can of chew or is that clapping? At the end of the day, folks, it boils down to decisions. You are the one that makes the decisions. Who gets to make your decisions? Who the fuck is in control if you're not? Think about that. That's the question you need to think about. Who is in control if not you? Because if you're in control, are you in control? Are you? Tell the truth, or is she in control? Oh, I got that backwards. Mo, who's in control there? You or her? You sure? And by the way, that's another way to become a man. Quit worrying about what she thinks. Okay? Treat her nice, go have some ambition, and go after a fucking dream and watch her grab a hold of you. If you're one of those dudes that all worried about what she thinks, you're going to end up getting freaking divorced or cheated on. Love ain't lies. Okay, and I don't want to lie to you. I'm going to sit here like Captain Morgan. And I'm going to tell you, you're a decision away, folks. That decision will lead to action. That action should lead to relationships. The relationships will lead to everything you want in life. Okay? If you have the right relationships, you cannot be broke. At the end of your life, when you're in a deathbed, you're going to worry about the relationships. So go out and make some. And the most important one you can make is the one you have with yourself.
Well, once you're in control, the next step is to take responsibility. And that's asking that why. If you're in control, why are you broke? If you're in control, why are you fat? If you're in control, why do your kids run around and fucking not look up to you? You know, how come you're not the family guy you want to be? How come you're not the leader that you want to be? How come you're not the employer that you want to be? How come